Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, today is day 3 of October, and which means I have another scary story for you. In case you are late to what's going on here, I am doing a story for every day of October, and I have 3 additional videos um, that I am planning on doing. Ooh, excuse. So, since you're at day 3, um, you've probably missed days 1 and 2 if you haven't already seen them. And then, if you have, great, you're caught up. Also, one of those videos also took place on my sister's channel, so be sure to go see the second half or a continuation of day 2's story. So today's story basically takes place at one of my friend's house in middle school. I don't talk to her anymore, and we haven't been friends since middle school. Um, but she was having a Halloween party, and that's kind of how we got acquainted. I got acquainted with the house, and everybody was dressed up and everything, and there was only a couple of us that got to stay the night at her house following that. Um, and then, throughout the day, I was over there, and we were up in her room at one point, and we were playing on the floor. I think we were like messing around with cards or something, and out of nowhere, the lights in her house shut off. And we're thinking, okay, well, the power just went out. So let's, like, what are we going to do here? And before either of us could get up, the power came back on. So we're like, okay, well, the power's back on. And we continued, to do whatever we were doing. And then about 3 minutes later, they went back off. And they stayed off for like a minute. And, we were just kind of sitting there like, okay, well, what do we do? Should we sit here and wait it out since they came back on last time? And she was like, oh, well, this happens all the time. And I'm like, okay. So she was like, well, we're going to wait because they should come back on or whatever. And then if it happens like a third time, then I'll go check like the breaker or something. So they come back on, and we continue to do whatever it is that we were doing. I think we were playing cards or something. I can't remember what we were doing. I just know that we were doing something at a little table on the ground. And then the lights went off for a third time, and they stayed off. And they were off for like 2 or 3 minutes before we decided to, like, okay, gotta get up, we gotta do something. And we couldn't find our way out of the bedroom because it was like pitch black. Like every single light in the house was off. There was no power in the house. So I'm trying to feel for the door. So I'm over there doing like this number on the door, or not, it wasn't the door, but it was like the wall, and I was at her closet door. And then she was able to find her bedroom door, and it was really funny because right as she found her door, um, and went to open it, the lights came back on. So she saw what I looked like trying to find the door. And I was just kneeling. I was on my knees doing this thing in the dark, like. And so we left the bedroom, and the lights went back off. So the lights were like going on and off for like 4 or 5 times maybe, and then they just stayed off, and then they didn't come back on. So we decided, okay, well, we're gonna go downstairs into like her living room area since the power has gone off. And There was like one other person in there with us, and that was her sister. And her sister was in the basement because that's where her room was. And she tells me, "Oh well, my house tends to be like haunted sometimes." And I was like, "What do you mean sometimes?" You're like, "Well, this." She was like, "Well, this happens, rather often, and it's usually, the ghost messing with me." And I was like, "Okay." So she wanted to go down the stairs, and it was, really dark, and the closer, down there you get, the darker it was. So I was like, I'm not trying to go down the stairs. I want to stay right here where there's a little bit of light and we're not in pitch black. Well, then she was like, well, okay, well, I have to go to the bathroom and I can't go by myself. I'm like, okay, we'll go down the stairs. And she was like, plus my sister's, down there. So there was a giant stairwell going from her room to the living room. Then there was like four little steps to get down to like a little area hallway, and then there was another set of stairs to go into the basement. We went down that first flight of stairs so that we can both go to the bathroom. And then after that, she like knocked on her sister's door and opened it and yelled down there and told her to come upstairs. Well, then they wanted to go all the way upstairs, but since I was then downstairs, I was chicken. I didn't want to have to go up the stairs because for whatever reason, the stairs made me feel very uncomfortable, and I didn't want to go up the stairs and I didn't want to go down the stairs. I was like, no. But then they both left me there, and it's one of those things where like you're really scared to do something and then you're almost paralyzed to move because you don't want to do whatever it is that you have to do or whatever. And that was me with the stairs. Well, then they decided to tell me, or not necessarily tell me, but then they decided to be like, oh my god, what is that? And they're like, Tatiana, you have to come up the stairs. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And I'm like, you can't be saying some stuff like that when I'm standing by the stairs. And then they tell me, oh, well, it's by the other set of stairs because the stairs were like right next to each other. So, like, the stairs come down, and then there's a little landing, and then their stairs go down, and then there's a little landing, and then the stairs go down. So, they said that there was something on the stairs, like the set of stairs going up to her bedroom. And I'm standing at the bottom, which is literally like maybe 5 steps of the second stairs. You can't tell me that there's something on the other side of stairs when I'm so close to it. So my happy ass flew up those 5 little stairs and over to them like on a heartbeat. Like, what do you mean you see something on the stairs that are sitting literally by me? Like, no. So obviously it was around Halloween time, so she had like decorations up, and there was a closet door at the bottom of her stairs, and she had stuck one of those like, I don't, like paper or plastic door picture things, and it was, she had one on her front door that was like a witch, and then one on her closet door that was a skeleton. And so at first, seeing that scared the shit out of all of us. Then we realized, okay, no, that's just the decoration. But then, um, I was like, okay, well, where's this thing that you saw? And they're like, turn around. So I turn around and I face the stairs, and there's a black figure laying on the stairs. Like, obviously, you know how the stairs are stairs. The black figure was just in a straight line. Like, it wasn't something that was seeping into each and every single stair, like sitting on them with like the feet on one stair and then the butt on another stair and then like the elbows. No, it was literally just laying in a straight line on the stairs. This figure stands up, like, whoop, takes 2 steps down the stairs, and disappears. So, of course, all of us are like, what the fuck? We jump back and are like, maybe this far from the couch. And then all of a sudden, from the skeleton, this dark figure decides to come through the closet door, rushing towards all of us. And each and every single one of us ran in 3 different directions. Her sister decided that she was gonna hide on top of, like, she had 2 couches. One was like right underneath the window, and then the other one was in the center of the room. She decided she was gonna jump onto that couch underneath the window. I flew over the back of the couch and laid on the ground. My friend darted to the left around the couch and the coffee table and laid on the floor on the other side of the coffee table. And her and I started crawling towards each other, and we didn't know that the other one was there, so we both scared the shit out of each other. And then her sister was like, "What am I doing on the couch?" So she ducks down onto the other side, and so we're all like hiding. And I was like, I do not know what the fuck that is. I don't want to know what the fuck that is. I'm just gonna lay right here. They wanted to go investigate. I was like, y'all can go investigate. I'm gonna lay right here. Well, she has one of those sunroofs, and I'm laying on the floor right underneath the sunroof. And let me tell you, the sunroof is what got my ass up off the floor, because I was looking out and it was dark. But then the face decided to appear in the middle of that. And I was like, nope, 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 not today. I'm getting up. You're not going to stand there staring at me from the sunroof. That's not normal. Goodbye. So I jump all the way up. And we don't know where to go because this thing is following us. So we just kind of like bunch together in the middle of the room. And then we're like, we have to turn the power on. Like, how are we supposed to get the power on? Because maybe if we, in our heads, if we get the power to come on, the ghost will go away. So my friend, she runs towards the kitchen and is trying to check to see if she can get the breaker to work. I'm standing in the middle of the room. I'm not moving. I'm standing right there. My feet are planted. Because if I lay down and I see the face again, no. And if I'm standing where the ghost can get me, no. So I was just standing behind the couch, hiding. Her sister decides to hop onto the other couch underneath the window, and she looked outside to see if all the other houses around the neighborhood also had their power out. Well, she noticed that the house that we were in, her house, was the only house in the entire cul-de-sac that had the power out. Everybody else's power was on. So it was just their house that had no power. So she starts freaking out and she's telling us to come over and look at it. So I go and I look at it and I'm freaking out. And I'm like, oh my god. And then she comes from the other side of the house and she can't get the lights to come on. Like, she's yelling from the other side of the house telling us that she can't get the lights to come on. About 2 minutes later, her mom comes home. And the moment her mom turns the doorknob to open the door, every single light in the house comes back on. Like, every single light comes back on. And so we're scared half to death. And the mom doesn't believe us because she was like, no, the power was literally on. It's on right now. And yeah. So I don't know how this all happened, but it all happened. And the moment her mom showed up, everything went normal. And I don't think I ever went back over there. And I want to say it was the night after Halloween. Unless it was the night before. I don't know. I just remember showing up in my Halloween costume and everybody in the party was already there. But yeah. So, needless to say, I believe in ghosts. I've been chased by one. No. So yeah, so needless to say, my friend's house is haunted. And I don't think I ever went back to her house. We are no longer friends. And not because of the incident. I don't know what happened to make it to where we stopped talking, but that's basically what happened. So, yeah. So don't forget, if you want to see the other two stories that I have going on, be sure to check them out. I can leave the links to them in the description below, or better yet, I can leave the playlist link in the description below so that you can just go check out the whole playlist on top of this video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.